What's going on, brothers? What is going on? What is going on? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport, here again for yet another feature classic live stream. First and foremost, can you hear me loud and clear? Mayday, mayday, check 1 2, check 1 2.
Check one,
Ty,
two.
can you hear me,
Yeah,
brother?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
so loud and clear, brother. Hold on, brother. Let's make sure we delight the people, our guests can hear us very clearly. Aussie, person one. Thank you, brother. Tensuke, one. Awesome, awesome. So let's get straight into it, brothers. So, um, thank you for the support over the past couple of years. Your support is greatly appreciated. And welcome aboard the new people. I accept and I embrace you with open arms. When you come in today's live stream, please like the video, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal donation, show some love, support. That would be greatly appreciated. Join the Patreon, cop the merch, and book your IT consultations too. So we have a very special country to break down today, and that's called Ghana. I got a very special guest here who's here to break down his experience in Ghana, being from Alabama, etc., etc. Mr. Tyree, how you doing, bro?
Good, bro. Thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, no problem, brother. No problem, brother. Thank you for coming on here to share your experience. So, Tyree, before we break down the whole Ghanaian experience from your eyes only, you mind giving us a brief intro as to who you are, where you're from, and anything interesting about you, bro? Break it down.
Yeah. My name is Tyree. I'm from Alabama. I got a twin brother. We both went over there together. And yeah, I've been on this kind of wanting to leave the states for a while. Africa, just been on my heart since like about 2009, 2010. So I've been trying to get there for a while. We finally made it over to Ghana in 2017. Yeah, I just wanted to leave the States and see more of the world. And when that Trump election happened, that's when I got the motivation. And me and a group of friends just went over there to vacation and it turned into something. So
Wow,
yeah,
brother.
that's it.
Brother, it's turned to into something great, right? So, so, brother, so you're from Alabama, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
So, brother, I'll be honest with you, right? I don't meet much Alabama men, particularly Alabama men that are interested in Africa. Normally they're very southern. They speak like this. Yeah, I'm from Alabama. I got five horses. I got a bad be at home, and I love me some good curry and some rice.
Right, right. It's a lot
So,
of stereotypical stuff like that down here, though, for real.
so, brother, you mentioned that the Trump election was the kickstarter to go to Ghana. Um, can I ask why Ghana specifically? Why not, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Nigeria, Ethiopia? Why Ghana? Break it down.
Honestly, I was thinking Nigeria for the longest time. Like I said, 2010 is when I was trying to, I started trying to go, and it just wasn't as easy. You know what I mean, with the visas, and I just didn't feel welcome. I just didn't feel like it was easy to just get over there, meet somebody that I could trust while I get there. I don't want to go to a country not knowing nobody. But around 2016, I just hollered at Ghana, and like mad heads started hitting me up that I felt like was more vibing on my frequency. So I just reached out to Ghana because I just felt that it was more open arms. So this is 2016, 2017, and we made the trip January 2017.
Okay, brother, was that the whole, return to Africa movement that Ghana was pushing? Is that what you're referring to?
No, man, it was just like Facebook groups. Honestly, this was before the year of return and all that. I was just talking to Ghanaians who was like, kind of reaching out to people, and I reached this one brother Owusu, and he was like like videotaping African Americans when they got off of the plane. It was like, some cats out there drumming and people crying and just hugging, and it was just a whole thing. So I just liked it and started reaching out to the brother, and he gave us our first guided tour.
Amazing, amazing, brother, amazing. So, okay, so brother, I'm guessing you're mainly based in Accra, right? That's your main fruits and your main seeds, right, in Accra, Ghana.
N- Nah, it was at the beginning, but we kind of transitioned away from Accra, honestly, brother. We still got roots in the ground in Accra, but we branched out into Central region and Volta region, Ashanti region. We kind of like to move around. I don't want to get boxed in while I'm over there.
Okay, awesome, bro, awesome. So can I ask you, brother, right? Can I ask you in terms of so what is Ghana for you right now? You said you mentioned to me you have land there, right?
Yeah.
Was the land you bought there? And we're going to break down further the land stuff, right?
hmm
But for you now in 2024, what connection do you have to Ghana, brother? From America to Ghana, what is that connection?
The cultural connection is what really like tied us all the way in. Me personally, I met a girl. We kind of hit it off the first trip. Um, so the second trip was coming back to see her, trying to live and try to work. You know, but it's the culture, man. It's like family. It's the music, the food. It's the way of life that I really fell in love with. Um,
Amazing, amazing. Go on. Mhm.
yeah, and that's why I keep going back. I tried to go back in um what was that, 2021, or no, it was 2023. Um, we tried to go December 2023, and it was just a whole big ordeal. And sometimes it's not easy to just live there. We stayed for a year throughout 2018, another year throughout COVID. um, and it's just a struggle, learning the language, um, whatever
We'll
like
get
that.
there.
So we just go back and forth.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So now, okay. So you first go to Ghana in 2016, right?
Yeah,
So when
2017, 2017.
2017, awesome,
Yeah.
brother. So, brother, accommodation wise, okay. Where were you staying, or where do you normally stay? So, how about we break down what you did? So let's say from a perspective of a passport, bro.
Yeah.
Accommodation wise, brother, where should they stay? Is it a hotel, Airbnb? What do you recommend? Breaking out for us, bro.
The first, I say, between 2017 and 2019, we moved as a group. It was me, my twin brother, and two other brothers that we was rocking with heavily. Um, we first we stayed in like a halfway house, so to speak. There's a Ghanaian brother who lived in the States for a while. He kind of opened up his place for like diasporans trying to make the transition. So we kind of met folks from the Caribbean and the UK and Europe, just all Africans trying to repatriate. So shout out to Palace Africa and Accra. That's when we really established ourselves in Accra. Then we met some brothers down on Labadi Beach, and we lived there for like 6 to 8 months. You know what I'm saying, and worked that angle. Then we transitioned to Kumasi, which is Ashanti region, and we started farming heavily there. And yeah, man, we got into farming, and so that's really what stuck our hands in the ground.
So, brother, so for me, right? So, brother, accommodation wise, right? Okay, for Ghana,
hmm
would you say we were saying a hotel or Airbnb? What's the best choice for us as passport bros if we're going to Ghana for the first time?
If I was a passport bro, definitely Airbnb, because you can get those extended stays. However long you want to stay there. Um, if you're just going to kick it for a week or something, you can get a nice hotel resort. It's affordable enough. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even mess with Airbnbs if I'm just going to party up. That's what we did the first trip, and once I got it all out of my system, there's no sense in going to all these lavish resorts and all that. But it's nice. I'm not gonna, passport bros. We enjoy ourselves. So if you just going to kick it, man, Ghana is like top shelf in my opinion.
Awesome, awesome, bro. So now, brother, next question for you is who runs the country of Ghana, brother? So is it Black Ghanaians, or is it the Chinese? Is it the Europeans? Is it the Western countries like England, America? Who's in control of Ghana really, brother? Or is it Black Ghanaians? Break it down for us.
I'm really, it's really hard to say, man, because you ask the Ghanaians people themselves, and they'll say all this the government is corrupt. Then you ask some government official types or MPs, and they say all this the Europeans or the Chinese or whatever. Then you ask, your local people on the farms and in the villages, and they be like, oh, it's the chieftaincy. So I guess it's the whoever you ask along the hierarchy system. You know what I mean? Different strokes for different folks, but I found that it's a underlying culture of corruption that is just cool. It's just accepted, and it's just how it is. Nobody really pushes against it. Somebody scam you, you be like, oh dang, they got me, and you just keep pushing.
But from your eyes only, right? When you were there in Ghana, from your surroundings, from what you see from your eyes only, brother, who, in your opinion, runs the country? Is it the Black Ghanaians, ethnic Ghanaians, or is it a different ethnic group of people? If so, who are they, brother? From your personal opinion only, who runs Ghana?
I think it's the personal Ghanaian is it. My personal opinion is the Ghanaians in cahoots with foreign entities. Now, I don't know if it's government officials or just private bankers or whatever, but all the natural resources in the ground find a way to get out of Ghana before anybody knows what happened, and nobody really talks about it.
And that's a shame, brother, right? And I think that's the reason why we as Black people are failures worldwide. I can say it. The non-Black people won't say it, but I'm Black. I can say it. Uh, that's one of the reasons why we're failing worldwide. You know,
Yeah, it's
um,
true.
it's just not right that that blacks in Black people in Africa are not benefiting from their resources.
It's
Chinese
true.
people, if you have Chinese resources, I guarantee you Chinese people are benefiting first and foremost. Same in Australia, same in the European nations. What is going on, bro? That's why we are so dysfunctional worldwide. That's why we are the poorest group of people, right? Anywhere
Hmm.
around the world. You
It's
know,
true.
S-
It's true.
some, something ain't right, bro. And I'm tired of suffering, bruv.
I
One
I
day,
hate it.
when, mm,
I mean, I hate it, bro. I'm gonna not cut you off. I'm just continue.
one day when we have Black children, right? We don't want our Black kids to be suffering like we're suffering or going through what we're going through, because the Asian man ain't got to go to the white man for money. The white
Mm.
man ain't got to go to the Asian man for money, but the Black man got to go for the white man for money, for the Asian man for money, and it ain't right, bruv. It ain't right, bruv.
It's
We
definitely wrong. It's you know
mm,
what though? When I asked the Ghanaians, would you rather have Ghana CDs or gold, which is their currency, the paper fiat? They would hands down say the Ghana CD. But I'm like, if you take gold, it is money, and
mm,
you can't. I don't think they make the connection. Like even they talk in an old currency and a new currency where they talk um millions and trillions, but it's changed into like thousands. I don't know if I'm even making sense on it, but the old currency used to be like in million CDs, and now they took it and it's 100 Ghana and 200 Ghana or whatever like that. So when people are talking in millions of dollars, I think people are thinking in the old currency where they don't even calculate if I change this US dollar into Ghana CDs, how much money is that exactly? The average person, I don't know if it's the illiteracy rate being so high, but you can't convince them that gold is money. You know what I'm saying? I can take this gold and buy stuff with it. Like they don't make that correlation. They think it's some spiritual thing that maybe I'll just dig one day and I'll go to a mine and maybe I'll be the one miner that gets the gold nugget or what. Bro, it's so frustrating because like you say, other nationalities just don't behave this way.
it's weird, bro. It's flipping weird, man. And I'm tired of it, man. So, brother, corruption. So, brother, is Ghana a corrupt country?
No, I wouldn't say it's a corrupt country. I say the people. It's in the mindset and the pathology of the people. It ain't the country in and of itself. Cause man, I've seen so many foreigners come and go as they please, and they don't even sweat the stuff that the Ghanaians on the ground are sweating. But it's the Ghanaians on the ground who makes the country what it is. So, like I say, the corruption is just a hand to mouth type of mentality. They don't put nothing up for the rainy day. It's a let me stunt how I want culture. You know what I mean? Let's live for today and forget tomorrow type vibes. So I say if they could, if you could pay me under the table or do something dishonest today, forget tomorrow.
Wow, wow. Okay, so now, okay, but what about foreign influence there? How big is the Chinese, and other foreign influence out there in Ghana, brother?
I never even spoke to one, man. I was trying to even avoid them, but definitely saw them there. And if I saw their business, I was avoiding it. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, if I want to deal with Chinese people, I can deal with them stateside. But I did see a little section of a neighborhood in what was that, a Hojo, where the Chinese people was heavily at. I seen just different spots, and you see them coming in with the major trucks and the major tractors and the major machinery. And so I know they heavy involved in some big business over there. I can't really say how deep they go into the rabbit hole because I was on the farm, man. Um, but yeah, they definitely involved.
So, brother, and brother, they're living good, right? They're making a lot of money. They look good. Sorry,
Yeah,
pause. No Diddy, but
yeah,
they're looking sharp, right? And they were driving big cars, and they're basically richer than the local population, right?
very much so.
And that's my effing point here as to why black people keep failing worldwide. You know,
Hmm.
show me in China where a bunch of black people are richer than the average Chinese people or living better than the average Chinese person. It don't exist. Show me that in India. Show me that in the Middle East. It don't exist. Why are black people, particularly Africans, right, and Caribbeans, always getting punked?
Man, I say it's that punk position is our default setting. We don't really see ourselves as dominating other nationalities. We live on this concept of humanity that other people just don't operate by. If I'm richer than you, I'm better than you, I'm stronger than you, they operate in that aspect. We could be stronger, better, faster, more everything than them, and still like cur under their like it's something weird. So I mean, I think it's satanic what was done to us through slavery and colonial, what do you call it?
Colonization.
Colonialism. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That did something very sinister to us globally. And until we, you know, do some kind of cleansing, it's gonna stay there.
Facts, and that includes getting rid of the N word. You know, that
Yeah, it's
includes
true.
getting rid of calling ourselves the N word. I don't call myself the N word or any other brothers, but many brothers do, and it's just not right. That word is used to keep you dumbed down, and the elites do that on purpose. That's the reason why they put in music. In music, they want to keep black men dumbed down. We can't be calling ourselves slurs if we're going to
Hmm.
move forward. It don't make any sense, man. You know,
It doesn't.
so next question for you, brother, right, is in terms of investments. So I'm hoping crypto pops up for brothers that invest in crypto because it's probably the only few things that can actually change many black men's lives. As you know, Chinese people dominate black people, Indians dominate black people, whites dominate black people, Arabs do. And I'm getting sick of it. So we need to fight back financially, right, as brothers. So hopefully crypto pops off, right? And are there any investment opportunities, brother, for black men to take advantage of in Ghana?
Yeah, I really do believe so. Anything that you are doing in the States can be done in Ghana. It's like developing so fast that I mean, if you can get into your niche, you can succeed, but you gotta start from scratch and you gotta be entrepreneurial about it. Just like there's no ladders to climb or corporate infrastructure set up or nothing like that. So there's no unions, there's no staffing. You're not gonna just go get a job in Ghana. Um, but if you got the investment capital to start from scratch, it's a lot of stuff that we come from the Western nations having that's just not in Ghana yet. Surely they're working towards getting it, but it's not there. So if you get there first, that's what I really feel like the Chinese and the Lebanese and the Europeans is doing over there. They just doing it first, and they bringing whatever they got from their country to Ghana, jacking the price up on it and selling it.
Okay, so brother, so what you're seeing out there, brother, what are you seeing, brother, out there that Chinese Lebanese are bringing in first, brother? Give us examples.
Um, Definitely the machines. Chinese are like a manufacturing people, so they'll just make all the small gadgets and gizmos that uh Ghanaians are really chomping at the bit to have. Any cultural things like the linens that the Arab people are bringing over there. The Muslim sisters are really wearing it in Ghana. The hair that the are bringing, they are killing it, hands down. Just cleaning house on the hair. What else type of business is going on? Logistics, transportation is a huge business, but like the roads is a problem with the potholes. So these type of industries is not industrialized yet. It's really proprietary. Like that one guy with some trucks. It's not like no regulations or protocols or procedures. So if you come and like establish those types of things, which is gonna take some doing. Not saying it's gonna be easy or nothing, but brothers could get over here and really like we got into farming, and they haven't done industrialized farming, in a rural type of thing. They haven't seen it like we do it permaculture wise. So all they've seen is the big farms who grow the one crop, or the small farms who are poor and can't survive. But these type of perspectives that we have coming from the West can be infused into the culture that's already there.
Okay, so obviously these non-black people are coming in, right, trying to do things first, particularly the hair business, right, the weaves, and we know black women unfortunately love weaves all around Africa and the world. It's a shame, man.
Hmm.
It's a shame, particularly all these machineries. I think we as black men can do this, and what I don't like about African countries is that they always go to foreign people to build things. Why is Ghana not reaching out to Nigeria to help them out? Why is Ghana not reaching out to Kenya, to Ethiopia to bring some sort of business in their country? Why is it always got to be the Chinese? It's always got to be Lebanese, Europeans. This is how we won't get anywhere, bruv, because they don't like us, bruv.
It's
They
true.
don't like us. We're just money making people for them. They will never let their daughters, right? They will never let their daughters, right, marry a black man. These Chinese, Indians, Arab people. They don't. A lot of them don't respect us. I'm not saying all don't respect us, but some of them, many of them don't. So at this point, right, we need more pride, right? At this point, right, you got to put yourself and your people first.
Exactly. And passport bros need to be thinking like more of like conquerors, like we're going to the developing world as if the other nationalities are too. Like I think we come over with a bleeding heart, like these are our people, and to a degree they are, but at the same time they're always going to see us as outsiders. So we need to take that and use it to our advantage. It's a large diasporan population over there, and we're kind of like a tribe amongst ourselves, simply because we don't have a collective, tribe or history in that part of the world that we can draw from. So passport bros could be thinking like, how do I leverage my skill set with the growing population of diasporans that's coming over there? because it's getting to be a thing. Like seriously, every December, so many heads come, and so many heads stay. So it's gonna be growing.
Facts, man. I can't wait until the day, we start dominating their countries. And and I think there's a huge lack of collective thought in the black community across the West and even Africa too. For example, right, black Americans, right, they have, all these rich celebrities, all these, well-to-do actors, actresses, rap stars, musicians. You're telling me that they can't come together, right, and start making some big money moves in Africa, bringing in other black people that are black Americans to Africa. We got to start thinking like that, bruv. Because once
That-
again, collective wealth is a lot more powerful and stronger than individual wealth.
It's
Uh,
true.
t- 50 people with $1 million is a lot more powerful than one guy with $1 million. You know,
Hmm. And we just gotta be mindful of like like that when we get there to the continent, because I'm sure that the Asian people are living in Ghana, or the Chinese are living in Ghana specifically, sending their wealth and resources back to China, and that's the
mm,
overall objective. Like, yeah, even if we don't really have a homeland. Let's face it. Like everybody who's been dispersed outside of the continent, we're outsiders, man. We're like the stepchildren of those respective countries that we're at. So we might as well look at Africa as our home, but all of Africa, like, see, that's another thing. The continental Africans feel like their tribe and village or their little neck of the woods is the only thing they got. But I could go all over Ghana in a week, just carefree, because I don't have to worry about no tribalism, or this tribe don't get with this tribe, or I don't speak this language. Nobody is expecting me to speak the language fluently anyway. So I'm a global African.
awesome, awesome, bro, awesome. So next question for you, brother, is in terms of so you're a Western brother, Alabama Black American man. How were you treated there, brother, as a Western Black American man in Ghana?
I felt great. I felt like the world was my oyster living in Ghana. Like literally, like not looking over my shoulder, worried about you know any black male hostilities. That's a real big problem here in the States, especially down here in the South. You didn't have to worry about people of European descent sweating you about every small little thing you do, or there's not like a million laws that you got to learn as soon as you get off the plane. It's like you can just be yourself. Everything's not illegal. The women treat you with respect. They lead with respect. It's not like they're just crushing you because as a black American, I'm in places of high class, or I can just maneuver through any class I wanted to. So it's just a good feeling just to be another face in the crowd. I'm black, so what? I had long dreads for the longest time over there, and they was like, "Oh, Rasta, Rasti." It's a big Rastafarian support. They love Jamaicans, they love reggae, they love you know all the cultural African stuff in Ghana specifically. So yeah, I felt
So
at home
so there's massive love for Black American men.
for sure, for sure.
Amazing. That's what I love to hear. Fantastic, brother. So now, brother, next question for you is in terms of brother, the people themselves, brother. So how are Ghanaian people like? Break it down for us. Are they extroverts? Are they introverts? Are they kind people? Are they angry people? Are they nasty people? How they like, brother, the Black Ghanaians?
I mean, you see a lot of different types depending on where you maneuver through. I can't really say they're all one vibe, but I know when it's time to party, they're partying hard. When it's time to mourn at a funeral, they're mourning hard. It's like when they tell you they love you, they loving you with. It's like everything is so intense and it's genuine. Even if they don't like you, bro, you're gonna know it and feel it, and it's just gonna you know, they do insults. The insults are really insane when they cut you down. Like I've been roasted in the States, but it's something about being cussed out in tree or Fonty, man, it's serious. So they don't like insulting people, but when they do, you want to just go into your hole and cry.
Awesome, awesome, bro, awesome. So, next question for you is now, brother, in terms of brother, how do you, brother, are there non-black Ghanaians there, brother?
Yeah, man, we gotta be honest about it too, because it's people who are just born in Ghana with Ghana citizenship that look all of the different shades that you can come in. Like blackness comes in all the shades. So somebody mixed with Asian with a Chinese person, those kids that came in the '90s and whatever, they're grown now. So you might see a super light skinned person, or or whatever, but they're Ghanaian for all you know. You know what I mean? Or you might see the albino people that they're there. You know what I mean? You got uh man, you got all different kind of black in Ghana, and I think it's one of those cultural hubs. Maybe it's just a crowd too, because all the international trade that's coming through there. Kumasi too, there's got a lot of continental Africans piling up in Kumasi, like people from Niger, Nigerians, Burkina Faso. They all trading through the Kumasi market. It's one of the biggest markets, so you just see every type of person, bro.
Okay, but so do you see white Ghanaians, Chinese Ghanaians, Japanese Ghanaians, Indian Ghanaians? Is that out
No,
there?
I
Okay,
I don't I don't really think so, because I think they all really on like traveling visas or like business visas. They don't really look like they living there. But you might see a white person married to a Ghanaian man and nobody bats an eye, or uh, a black woman married to a European man living in Ghana. You see it. So I mean, it is what it is.
okay, okay, brother. So next question for you, brother, is now. So how do you meet people and make friends, brother, in Ghana? How do we establish connections there, brother? Break it down for us.
We did it on the internet, man. A lot of Ghanaians are heavy on social media, Facebook. They big on that, and WhatsApp. Joined a lot of WhatsApp groups. We did the party vibes. You can meet people at the bar, or funerals, weddings, and churches. A big networking thing. And then we would crash in just like random places. Like we went on an excursion with tents, and you just pop up in a new town as a foreigner, man. You're gonna meet somebody, and it's just fun to be adventurous like that in Ghana. That I didn't have no worry of like I meet somebody and he scam me off the bat. You know what I mean? So we was just really adventurous, and and just start meeting people at random.
Okay, brother. Awesome. So, brother, you own land in Ghana, which is awesome, brother. Can
Mm.
I ask how you actually own land? What's the process in doing so? How did you find that land? How much did it cost you? And how easy it is to own land in Ghana? And what's the plan for that land? Break down the whole process for us, brother.
It's not easy, bro. This was the most difficult part of actually doing anything in Ghana. We actually went about it a couple of different ways. We had the first option was to try to just buy the land outright, pay the land's commission and all of that. And it just wasn't feasible because we was in a group. Like I said, it was, being foreign nationals as a group of four brothers, it just wasn't a good idea at the time. Um, so we ended up going to, this is in Accra, and then we ended up going looking at land in central region. uh, it wasn't a good look either. They have that Asebu project in Central Region where they're giving diasporans allocated land for housing and development and stuff like that. We didn't feel like that was the best move for us either. So we went to Kumasi. We worked on Chief's project. He's building a Ashanti museum. in Humane Village. I think it's about to open this year, actually. But we worked there for like, what was it, like 6 to 9? It was like 10 months, wasn't it? It was 10 months, and he gave us a plot of land to develop on. So we haven't built nothing on it, so we're working on that. And that's
So,
it's a difference between the chief's land and family land too. So it's confusing, man, and it's risky business to buy land in Ghana.
so you were gifted the land for free.
No, not for free. We worked for 10 months, bro, and this is not no small work. This is like manual labor. Like honestly, we did it when we was like 36. We're 41 now. I don't think I could do it. Honestly, the labor was that bad.
So, probably, so you were living in Ghana for 10 months, working there.
Yeah,
Oh wow! And you were doing labor work there for someone that owns land, a chief, and he gave
yeah.
when you finished doing that, he gave you land for free.
Yeah, it's like the compensate. He put us up in his living quarters too, in the palace. He gave us a room. He's a brilliant man. This man has spent time in the states as well, but he's building a repatriation kind of healing village where it's got the Ashanti Museum, so people who come back to Ghana can look at the traditional Ashanti stuff while he's building dome structures. So we helped him build the dome structures, and he excavated a stream so people can, take a natural healing bath. And he's growing botanical herbs so people can heal. And so he gave us a document of indenture um, for that plot of land that he gave us, and to compensate. And then
Wow.
we went to got the survey ourselves, and they plotted the four corners to demarcate it on the thing. So yeah, man, this is a dude. He's brilliant. I can't say enough about Nana Hime Henny.
Okay. So, brother, who looks after that land for you then?
Oh, nobody's looking after that one right now. We only have 5 years to actually build something on it. So it's 2019. What is it now, dude? It's after this year. It's we'll just renegotiate because we'll just buy another thing because we haven't built anything on it. And the way it works is if you don't build nothing on it, then it's they gotta use it for something. And the
Interesting.
foreign nationals only get 99 years, even if they buy the land outright. You have to renew it after 99. It's not like you can buy land in Ghana. People get that confused. You can like long term lease it for 99 years, but you'll be so old by then no one cares. But it's not a permanent, lifelong, handed down generationally thing coming over as a foreign national.
Interesting. Okay, brother. Interesting. So, next question for you then is in terms of transportation. So, how do you move around in Ghana, brother? Is there a subway system there? Buses? Is it Uber? What's the best way to move around there in Ghana?
Oh, it's treacherous. We was riding in trotros, bro. But we loved it, man. As long as you got a
Trotros.
decent trotros
What's
was
that?
just like it's like okay, it's like a bus that they it's like a it's like a minivan. It's like a shuttle van, like a
Mm.
sprinter van. They had sliding doors and people just pile up in them. You can like flag them down on the road and they'll just pull over and pick you up. Different spots, they'll take you from one place to another depending on that distance is how much they charge. And they just really just make routes, especially in the cities like um Accra and Kumasi, and taxis are there too. But the trotros are really just the most efficient way to get around if you ain't trying to spend. Taxis are really expensive, man. Um, they're just expensive, bro. So we was taking trotros in Cape Coast. They didn't have trotros, so we was taking what do you call it? Like they call them pragials, but they're like tricycle uh little carts with roofs over them. And then they had the tricycle trucks, and we had got one of those to like haul. crops in and out of the farm. And man, the transportation thing is a hassle, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The roads are really treacherous. Drivers don't really respect like safety precautions. They don't understand like physics and inertia. And if I'm going this fast on a watery road and I turn this car trying to dodge a pothole, my whole top will flip over. They don't understand weight, center of gravity, these types of natural types of things. So the drivers, man, they're weird, bro. They, you got to be a bat from hell to get a driver's situation in Ghana.
Okay, so best transportation route for us to use, trouse.
I say Trotros, or if you get a private taxi, just pay him for the whole day as a passport, bro. Just get one driver, go the whole day, just to save yourself headaches.
Wow, what is going on in Africa, man? It's 2024. Come on, Africa, man. Wow.
It's
I mean,
serious,
I remember,
man.
I remember China was, much poorer than Africa literally 30 years ago, and look at them now. I mean, Africa needs to stop flipping playing, bruv. Gotta stop playing, flipping heck, bruv. It's
And
just
this
embarrassing.
this is why we're going to Africa to like start over, bro. I mean, I'm not really gonna play like I'm trying to be a passport bro and meet a lot of chicks. And no, man, I'm going over here and start over, man. We need to develop a new place because Africa is not good right now. It's not in good footing. And I don't care where you go, as long as Africa is in poor development, you're representing that. I don't care where you are in the world. So when Africa can stand up with dignity and self-respect, we can build our own like establishments and institutions to where we can stand proud as black people, you know what I'm saying? And only it can only be done in Africa because that's the original of all humanity, especially us. We populate the whole place. So if it's run down and rugged, then they gonna treat us like we treat Africa.
Facts, bro. I keep saying the reason why black people are a joke and are a mess worldwide as us as a people is because our homeland is dysfunctional. That is our homeland. Whether you're Black British, whether you're Black American, whether you're Black Canadian, whether you're Caribbean, whether you're whatever. At the end of the day, our lineage, right, all links to Africa. And if that isn't fixed, right, we're gonna continue being dysfunctional. We're going to
It's
continue, suffering. We're going to continue, living low quality of lives because, at the end of the day, right, the people that control America, UK, Canada, they don't really like us. They don't like black people.
it's
So
true.
but we have a homeland, the Caribbean, Africa, that is majority black. Once that's prosperous, right, all our problems will go away. And I'm waiting for that day, bruv. I mean, oh
It's
man, I'm telling
it's
you, man.
it's it needs to happen, and I think we can do it. And that's why I think passport bros are the most progressive black men on the planet right now, because it doesn't matter how free you get if you stay on the plantation. It doesn't matter how much money you get, how much you're still on the plantation until you leave and see what freedom is possible. Like you don't even know what's actually possible. Like I'm be honest, a rich black man in Africa doesn't have any problems. I mean, if he does, it doesn't even take anything. It doesn't even take money to get it fixed. Once you're rich, the whole society just treats you like some kind of like pastors. They could be poor and they don't have a problem. Like the whole society moves out of their way, and like I was amazed.
So next question for you, brother, is so how do we use cash out there, brother? So is Ghana a cash society? Is it cashless? Break it down for us, bro.
Nah, it's all cash, and I kind of liked it that way. They deal in all cash, and it's some places, high end tourist areas that they gonna deal with the cards and things like this. But they got banks and stuff that really just do cash. But they have the mobile money type of thing, which is like Cash App, but for Ghana. So they can send money through their phones. you know, from one person to another. So that's pretty cool. But you got to have a Ghana card to get that, and soon as a foreign national get a Ghana card, they can also do it. So a lot of times people just want to deal with cash. If I'm a passport bro, I'm paying cash.
Okay. Interesting, brother. Interesting. So, brother, do you exchange money in Ghana or do you exchange money in America, then bring the Ghanaian currency to Ghana, or do you do it in Ghana?
I do it in Ghana. You can use ATMs. I was using the ATM most of the time. When I got off the plane, I just exchanged, you know, a significant amount so I know I can move around. And after that, I just go as I need to an ATM machine. Um, but they're real good about dealing with cash. Only thing you got to count your change in real time. Don't walk away and talk about you know you're missing some money because they will never give it back, or they'll just say you're you know just make sure you doing your own counts. You'll get a more expensive price on the items if you speaking in English. Just accept it. It's not gonna be something you can change. It's good that you can have a Ghanaian speak to you know the sellers, so they can negotiate. I'm not really much of a negotiator. It's really like a waste of time to me. um but they're real big on it. That's how you make a lot of friends in Ghana. You know what I'm saying? You negotiate with somebody and then you go back to that person. They'll give you a discount. You go back again. That type of thing. Which, you know, I'm coming from America, so I had to get used to that.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So let me ask this right. So you have your American card, and then you put it into the ATM in a Ghanaian ATM, right? And that gives
Hmm.
you Ghanaian, that converts the dollars into Ghanaian currency, and you take it out in
Yes.
cash. Okay, awesome, bro. So you mentioned how you gotta count your money. So is that so when you get change back from a Ghanaian person, when you buy something on the spot, you gotta count it that it's the right change because he may be missing some money, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you don't really know the currency like they know it. So, if they moving real fast with it, you might not see everything. You know what I mean?
Okay. And but has that ever happened to you? Is that someone tried to, not give you your full change back and you called them out and he gave it back to you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That happened to me. Like where I went somewhere and they gave me my change, and I just assumed it was what it was supposed to be. And I turned around, walked a couple steps, and started counting. I turned back to try to show them that they didn't give me the correct change. But by that time, it's like, oh, you might have just put the rest in your pocket or whatever. So just don't even worry about that type. Or just stuff like they'll overcharge you because you don't really know distances and prices of different things. You know what I mean? You might just think, oh, 5 CDs is really like 20 paceways, but they know you don't know the price. So it's just a little thing. It's a big tourism country. So if they can tell you're not from there, they know you don't know.
Awesome, awesome, bro, awesome. So now, will they give it back or will they fight you over the change?
Oh no, if they know they really scammed you and you caught them red-handed, then they'll give it back. But if you can't really prove it, then just don't even sweat it. Like arguments in English don't end well. Like, you know what I mean? Or whatever language you gotta argue or have disputes in the local language to get anything done. I figured that out.
Awesome, awesome, bro. So next question for you, brother, is food. So how is Ghanaian food like, brother? Is it tasty? Do you like it? If
I
so,
liked it.
what's your favorite Ghanaian cuisine?
I liked it, man. I like the fufu the best. Only thing I wish it was a more variety of things, but I like the fufu. I like the banku and the yams and the all natural fruits that's just everywhere and seasonal, and it's just great because your body just feels like it's performing at its optimal level. Um, yeah, they have fresh fish, and they got good food, man. I don't know if it's just the love they put in it or it's just you get so hungry sometimes. And a lot of it's from the natural spices. They don't really use seasonings or whatever. It's just like the real tomato, or the real onion, or the real peppers, and that's what it tastes like.
But when you compare Ghanaian food to American food, which one are you choosing? Tell us why.
If I had to eat the rest, if I had to eat it for the rest of my life, I'm choosing Ghanaian food. If I had to just eat it right now and I want it to taste good, I'm choosing American.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Interesting, brother. Interesting. So, so now next question for you, brother, is cost of living. So when you compare cost of living of Ghana to America, is Ghana cheaper when you take into account food, transportation, living costs, renting, and everything else compared to America? Which is more expensive? Is it the same? Is it break it down for us, brother? Cost of living.
It's relative because like the rent is by the year, so you have to pay a whole year up front or 2 years up front. So it may be expensive, but then again, that's 2 years you don't have to think about rent again. So it's kind of relative, or the food is relatively cheap, but it's fresh, so it ain't gonna stay like preserved as long. So you got to go back, so you spend more in transportation. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth to the market. Like if you eating fresh food and you can't store it, or you can't, you know, I had that problem too. That's why I stopped really eating meat so much, because it's the hassle keeping it frozen, and it was just a real big ordeal. Then you got to think about like electricity costs and water. It's like you have to pay for these things. It's not just, oh, I'm in an apartment, the water comes through the faucet. You got to pay that. That's like extra amenities. But in the states, most of that stuff is just kind of like built in. You're gonna have electricity wired up in your house. You're gonna have you know sinks and toilets. Then if you want to have an actual toilet or not an actual the hole in the ground, these are amenities that cost more, in Ghana. So it's relative. If you're coming over to Ghana and think you're gonna live like you was in Europe or the States, it's a whole nother. It's more expensive than the States.
Awesome. Awesome, bro. Wow.
If
Okay,
you want to live,
interesting.
if you want to live like a Ghanaian, it's less expensive than the States.
But I heard Ghana is expensive. Was that in your case?
And Accra is very much so. That's why I actually left. It's just too expensive for me. Kumasi as well. I love it. I love the place. I love the people, but it's just too expensive. And that's okay. I can go and come. I can go and come visit. Like, just because you go to UK, you don't have to live in London, or just because you come to America, you don't have to live in New York City. So it's just levels to that part, man.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, next question for you, brother, is now in terms of safety. So, brother, is Ghana a safe country in the nighttime, daytime, by yourself, amongst people? Were you safe there, brother? Is it safe in general?
I think it's safe in general, but like I wouldn't tempt people. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like in America we used to like criminal minded people. You know what I'm saying? But Ghana is not like that. They might, steal if it's something left there, unattended. But they're not gonna break and enter and hold nobody at gunpoint or nothing like. You know what I mean? It's not like a organized crime culture there. There's no nothing. It's really just opportunists. Now, I wouldn't go walking through dark alleys at night just because that's just not smart. Um, but for women especially, I wouldn't do that at all, because it's just like you say. I mean, like I say, it's just tempting. It's just looking like something that's too easy, like taking candy from a baby. I wouldn't do stuff like that, or leaving your door open, or leaving windows open. Like, I know some people like to have the breeze come through, but it's just not smart.
Okay, I see. But what about carjacking? Is that a thing?
Nah, I didn't see any carjackings. I didn't hear any about. I mean, I heard about people actually just like taking people's cars, but they didn't take a person out of the car. Like, they didn't take, like a car left unattended, maybe, but nobody's car that they don't park on the streets. So that was another thing that was cool. Um, but cars, man, they was really on the move. You never seen one that's just parked unless it was just like getting fixed or something. Like I didn't really see cars just there to get picked off. They're behind the walls of people's compounds. Yeah, every house is walled in, man. That was another thing that was weird to me. But then when I started living there, I started to see like if you don't put a wall on your spot, just people just they're free to just walk right next to your window and just like there's nothing to stop nothing from doing nothing. So the wall is there, like good boundaries make good neighbors kind of thing.
Awesome, awesome, bro. So now, brother, in terms of racism, there, brother.
Mm.
How about we, in terms of, let's say, tribalism? Did you feel any animosity from some Ghanaians that you were Black American?
Yeah, I didn't really feel like it was a threat or anything, but I always kind of felt like an outsider. They call us Obrunis, like anybody who's foreigners, and I felt like it was somebody who, like Obrunis is kind of like white people or colonizers in my mind, but in their mind, it's just anybody who's a foreigner, or just anybody who ain't like us, kind of thing. Um, And so I embraced it, man. I embraced it over time, but it is a definitely tribalism thing. I notice Ghanaians really don't travel to regions they don't really speak the language in. You know, I tried to get my homeboy in Accra to come to Kumasi with us to see our project, like that museum we was working on. He never would come, man. It's because he really don't know the people like that, or he don't know tree like that. He just speak God a lot, and he only live on Labadi. He's never really left Labadi Beach. So they don't travel amongst each other. It's like 200 dialects spoken in Ghana. It's just too many languages, and I really feel like that's one caused through the slavery and the colonialism. But on top of that, they just don't blend in enough.
Damn. Okay, but so, what about colorism? Being a dark skinned brother, did you experience any colorism there?
Nah, I didn't really experience no colorism. I did see a lot of skin bleaching, so I know it's there. Like people who wanna like get up the social hierarchy, they wanna not get treated so rough, they'll bleach their skin. Ghana's real bad about the bleaching. We seen dudes and women bleaching, which I can't
Jeez.
I can't have nobody bleaching in my circle. Like nobody in my entourage was bleaching, so that's just how I move. But when I can tell and I could just see that, man, it's heartbreaking, man. You see some of the most beautiful sisters that do it. It's just it's bad.
And it looks horrible, right? They got patches on their skin. They look like ghosts. It's
Yeah,
I know it's sad, brother. But what about the Chinese people and Lebanese and non-black people there? Were they treating you bad? Were they treating other Black Africans there bad?
like I said, I avoided it, but I did see them like employers treating employees kind of talking down on them. You know what I mean? And we did get like we were standing in line for something at the mall, and like the China man was like right behind me, and they started to serve him, and like looked over my shoulder at him. I'm like, can't you
What?
see me standing right here? But that's just the type of thing they do, man. They prefer lighter skin. I ain't. I'm not gonna make. And then that saying about if you see a white person on Sunday, you can just skip church because you seen Jesus already. I was like, what kind of story is that? You see
What?
white Jesus everywhere.
But they said that in Ghana, that kind of story. They said that.
Yeah, yeah, that's like a saying. That's like I seen a white person this morning. I don't need to go to church. I mean, everything I'm gonna hear, I just seen this guy. So you see
What?
what they touch the children touching white people's hair, and it's just so weird to me. But like if you've never seen a white person before, you might behave strange when you do.
Flipping heck, brother. So, brother, someone actually told you that if you see a white person on Sunday, You ain't gonna go to church. Some black Ghanaian people told you
Yes,
that.
yes, man. No lie, and I don't know why. And I've heard it a couple times. It's not just one side of Ghana. You hear it on one side of and then you hear it in another region. It's like, okay, that must be the thing that they say.
Flipping heck, bro. That's weird, bro.
I know, man.
So, next one for you, brother, is now in terms of culture. So, brother, is Ghana a conservative culture? Is it a liberal culture, or is it in the middle of both?
I think it's very conservative, but highly influenced by outside
What does that mean?
cultures. I say like the traditional culture is conservative, but the new and modern culture, like it's like they're real big on culture as long as it's cultural. But you can see like that whole they had this a thon thing where everybody was trying to break the world Guinness records or whatever. So when that started getting popular, everybody started doing it, like trying to break a world record. And I think that is to show like anything from outside that they can influence. Like they doing a dating show thing, and uh it's like American influence is so heavy on the people that I can't put my finger on what's actually Ghanaian or what's being influenced by outsiders. You know what I mean?
Damn. Okay. Um, Flipping heck.
But
Okay.
maybe that's just the city. When I go to the villages and the sticks, they seem to have a more grasp on like what is traditional, what is ancient, what is throwback. When I go to the city, it's like a blend of what used to be and some new stuff that they trying to incorporate.
Or do you think are they being forced to by America, or is it the Western people that are pushing that there in Ghana?
I'm sure it's affecting the policies, and the policies affects the culture. And whoever gets the money start behaving in certain ways. The cell phones is having a big thing to do with it. I think they went from like pay phones to cell phones. They didn't really have the landlines, house phones. You know what I mean? That took them into a stratosphere that we don't even know, man. They just got the cans in like 2012 or like so they used to bottle they drinks in different stuff, and like they used to wrap the wache, which is like a breakfast rice and beans that they eat. They used to wrap that in leaves, and so into like 2010 or something, they started getting the plastic rubbers. Now you see plastic bags all over the floor, like all over the ground, because they just littering. They treating the bags like they would the leaves, not knowing that the leaves are not biodegradable. I mean that the bags are not biodegradable, and it's just littering the whole country, man.
Wow. Okay, brother. Okay. So, brother, next question for you, brother, is lifestyle. So, if a past brother was to move to Ghana, brother, what kind of lifestyle would he live in Ghana?
It depends on what his pockets is looking like, man. One thing I love about Ghana, they ain't really quiet about the money up front. If you got the money, man, anything can move for you there. They're not gonna beat around the bush and whatever. You got the money, you can play. So whatever lifestyle you want is available for you there. But I like the serenity and the peace and the solvency into the future that Ghana allows me to have. Like when I get a harvest of coconuts and I can just sit back and enjoy life, that's when I'm gonna be okay, you know what I mean? Or, but people can, if you like to party and or if you a ladies man type of guy, you can have a blast in Ghana because there's really no hangups about that. Like Ghanaian men can do that and nobody really bats an eye. Especially if you
Okay.
like got the money.
Okay, so you can live large there in Ghana also. But what's the average lifestyle like for Ghanaian people living there in Ghana?
Uh, I say the majority is not living good. I'm not gonna lie, but it's no middle class. So it's either you living real good or you down there in squalor. it's like, but they really got a hustle mentality to where you couldn't really notice it. If you catch people when they belly's full and they got a little sip in them, you never know that was their last CDs that they spent on it. You know what I mean? And I kind of think that's the best part of Ghana. But then when you get down to fixing a problem or being objective about something, they just want to party, and that's what I hate. So it's good that you can live the type of lifestyle that you want, but you can't switch it on and off. Like once you get to be known for something, it's hard for the people to see you as something else. And they love us as foreigners, but they kind of box us in. So it's good. That's why I was moving around so much. I didn't really want to feel like everybody here knows me now. I gotta do this for the rest of my life. I can move to this next town and grow and develop and learn a new language or something.
Okay, interesting, brother. Interesting. So, brother, what about language? So, what language do we speak there in Ghana, brother? Is English enough, or do we have to learn Ghanaian like Twi? Break it down for us, bro.
Um, we survived on English, man. It's kind of a broken English pidgin that they speak there. But we survived on it. If you want to really get into the cultural things, like you want to see the back room where Auntie keep her ancient relics or something, you have to speak the language. I really feel like that's when they embrace you. Like even if you trying and you messing up all the words, they love it. It's funny to them. So I enjoy trying. I enjoy you know trying to get the kids to teach me and stuff. And we
Okay,
love the airway. Airway is my favorite language.
but is English enough to speak out there in Ghana?
Yeah, English is enough because the whole country speaks English, but they speak so many different languages. If you speak English, they'll speak English with you. But if you're not speaking, they're not gonna speak English.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, next question for you, brother. Okay, is now in terms of so weather. So when you go Ghana, how's the weather like, brother, on average?
They have like the two major seasons is like rainy season and dry season, and it's hot year round. So I love that part. But the rainy season gets really wet, and the dry season gets really dry. So like I say, it's just like Ghana to be super super intense. So the heat is just brutal in the dry season, and the rain is just like man, we was walking through mud and it's just miserable during the heavy rains, but it's a part of it. So they call the dry season harmattan, where it's like just super dry. Your lips get chapped. The dust, the breeze knock the dust up. It's just bad, bro.
Okay, awesome, bro. Awesome. So, brother, tell me about Ghanaian nightlife, brother. I'd love to know, how is it good? Is it chill? Do you have any favorite bars or clubs? Any favorite spots you recommend, brothers? Break it down for us, bro.
Oh man, I love the nightlife. It's really lit, bro. Everybody's dancing. I like partying in the crowd most. Kumasi is a close second, then Takoradi is third. As far as nightlife, Vienna City is good in all three of those places. Um, they have like outdoor, indoor vibes. You can go past some of these bars and find a good, just pubs with just good vibes. They party hard, man, and they drink good. They got the aperitif, which is like moonshine, and it's the most popular drink, man. Everybody's drinking aperitif, and it's good. It's real good. They got club beers, just different exotic flavors, man. Um, different different ones. It's cheap. It's cheap too. The liquor's affordable. So
Patricia,
the
how'd you spell that?
I love partying in Ghana though. The beaches, party on
How,
the beaches too. What's that? I'm
uh,
sorry. What?
how'd you spell Patricia? How'd you spell that?
Oh, how do you spell the? I don't know, bro. That's why I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I know it's AK. I haven't never seen it written down, but they call it aquatishi.
Okay. So let me ask this right. So I've got a question for you. So any favorite spots, brother, particularly names, brother, of clubs and bars in any area in Ghana, maybe in Accra or whatever, that's good for brothers.
Um, as far as the clubs, Vienna City, Jokers, Sandbox. What's another good one? There's my brother's here helping me. Twist, Octopussy, Onyx.
What? Octopus.
Oh yeah, these
Octopussy.
are. Yeah, bro. It's on Spentex. It's a nice place. It's it's a strip club. Yeah, yeah. It's like a strip club. It's they're getting modernized with the Western culture, bro. So they got strip clubs now. They didn't have it in 2017, or at least I didn't hear about it because we was asking. Um, they got like a lot of like beach bars, bro. If you go to the bar on the beach, you guaranteed a good time. Sun City, rooftop bar type vibe. We had good times there. What was that place in Osu? The Republic in Osu. It's like an international music bar thing. They play music from all over the world, so a lot of international people party there. Yeah,
Okay. Interesting here, brother. So, wow. Okay. So Ghana is becoming more westernized, but from what you saw out there, that's obviously a bad thing, right?
I think so, man. I mean, I don't think people are coming to Ghana to get a Western vibe, but that's what it's turning into. I think Ghanaians are tailoring themselves for Western tourism. That's what I think.
Why Ghana? Come on, man. Open up your flipping eyes. It's a joke, man.
It's truly is bad. But
So,
I think
go
it's
on.
the mentality of the economic deprivation. If you realize that, man, I got gold, diamonds, and bauxite and manganese and lithium and everything under my feet, you don't change yourself for nobody. But when you realize that, oh, I don't got nothing and I'm poor and whatever, man, anybody coming with anything, you just embrace it and you just forget everything you got.
So that means Ghana needs to build up their own economy. I mean, if Singapore could do it, if China did it, if Japan did it, South Korea did it, why can't these African countries just sort out their own problems? Build your economy up. It's that
I,
simple.
I think.
Money. Sorry, brother. Money comes from somewhere.
Mhm.
Dollars, pounds, Australian dollars. Those things are printed out. They have backing. They got policy. Why can't Ghana do that? I mean, if you need to get the army to kick out people out of your country, protect your resources, or maybe go to war, do it, bruv. Your people needs to come first.
I agree, man. I just don't know where to start, man. It's honestly like the people got to get angry enough. You don't do any revolutionary stuff if you're happy and life's a party and everybody's eating, drinking, and being merry, man. I really think that poverty is baked into the culture so much that people expect it. Like they don't even expect to make a lot of money. They don't expect to work hard and get a livable wage. They expect people to like short them in ways and like begging. It's a begging culture where you know I don't understand it. Like anything you got too much of, though, you don't value it. And I feel like it's some of the stuff that we like, dang man, you got gold over here. But to them, they may not even never seen it. Like I never really saw gold that wasn't jewelry in Ghana. Like, but in my mind, wouldn't you put like a stone that had gold in it on display and just charge people to look at it? But in Ghanaians' mind, that never really crossed.
Okay, brother. So, brother, next question for you is now in terms of um okay, brother, do Ghanaians say the N word, brother?
You know, when some Americans come around, you hear them say it, but like if wasn't no Americans around, they would never say it. You know, they getting into drill music and trap. They getting into all of that, bro. You got your Kumasi guys that call themselves Kumerica. We was there through COVID. There was a big Kumerica phase. I don't know if it's still a thing, but man, you got your rappers. You got Man, bro, they don't say the N word, but you can tell they heavily influenced by it. And when you American talking American slang, they gonna drop it on you.
Oh man,
But they say
that's
it's so bad.
that's not good look, man. They shouldn't be saying that N word. No one should be saying that word, in my opinion. Um, you know, if they're saying it, if they're saying it when Black Americans come around, that's disrespectful. That's not flying around me. You know, and drill music over there as well. This is what I'm talking about. How did drill music get into Ghana? How?
I don't know, man. They're making it though. I know that, so I know they're listening to it. You know, even from the UK. If you're inspired to make the music, then definitely you've been listening to it over and over and over and over and over. So that's what I
So,
think is happening.
so obviously we have drill music over here in the UK, and I don't listen to that low IQ nonsense because it makes
Mm.
black men look bad. A bunch of black dudes in hoodies doing gang signs, wearing Nike track suits, and they're making me look bad, making the black community look bad. I I mean, at some point, right, black people need to stop embarrassing themselves on a global stage. Stop it. Why do black people have a tendency to just embarrass themselves and their people on a global stage? I can say it, I'm black. I can say it, bruv. I'm
Mm.
black. I go on YouTube. I look at all these Jew music videos. A bunch of black dudes in hoodies making us look bad. I'm tired of our image being disrupted by some people that just have no spatial awareness.
It's it's bad, bro. It's Blackness is synonymous with negativity though. So I think it's incentivized on a global cultural level. Like you know how shocked we are when we see the guy who does like the most amazing things. It's not like expected. So when you do something good as a black man, it's like you're the one black man that did something good, and when white people do something good, it's like, or other nationalities do something good, it's like that's what they're supposed to be doing. And so when we get that out of the way, like we're supposed to also be doing good instead of like the negative is normal for us. That's why I really agree with you. Like anything that perpetuates the negativity of our culture or just the self destruction, we got to cut it out at the root. And I think going to Africa and starting over, like it's so much vastness of land. You can build a development where, hey, there's no gangsterisms going on over here. There's no thought culture going on over here. You can establish rules and regulations. And I really feel like as black people, we hate rules, we hate regulations. But when you force them on us, we abide. Anything that's forced upon black people, we're gonna be so compliant. I don't know why we're so compliant, but you make a rule for black people, they follow it.
Thanks, bro. This is a great comment here by JD. What's going on, JD? Hope you're well, brother. What's going on, IP? I'm a big fan of classism. Me too, brother. But we can't worry about every black person. Move with those who are intellectual, not get too ambitious. You're speaking facts here, right? But thing is, right? If we're letting these low value black people, okay, continue to ruin our image on TV, in music, it affects educated, intellectual black people like me, Tyree, you, and other brothers. Let's keep it a stack. Because remember, image is very important. Global image is very important. And our global image is terrible, bruv. It's terrible, bruv. You know? Our global image is terrible. Show me the black Elon Musk. Show me the black Bill Gates on TV. You won't see that. All I see is a bunch of rappers, a bunch of athletes saying the N word this, N word that. I show it N word. I'm a kill it N word. It's all that nonsense, bruv. It's flipping nonsense, man.
Well,
And I'm sick of it, bruv. And also, bro, right? In terms of classism, I definitely agree with classism, and I wish I was more classist when I was younger. But liberalism almost ruined me, right? UK is very liberal. They tell you everyone's the same, blah blah blah. Actually, I think that we must practice classism in our community. If you're Pookie, if you're Ray Ray, if you're low value, if you have no ambition, if you're making black men look bad, we must leave them behind, bro. I don't give a damn about low value black people at this point in time, bro. Break it down for us, Tyree. Go on, Tyree. You want to say something?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, bro. I mean, like listen to you about that, man. Like Pookies and Ray Rays and stuff. That's in every culture. But you notice how Elon Musk. You mentioned Elon Musk. He could have been a Pookie and a Ray Ray, but nobody would ever know it once he becomes Elon Musk. But as soon as a black person becomes something or does something, it's either like somebody brings up his past or something. We don't. It's a Ghanaian man who made fiber optics that we use for the internet, and I can't even think of his name right now. But had he been of another nationality, he would be a household name, and I could just ramble it off. But I just feel like that's why it's like that. We can't even promote each other. Like brothers got to stand on business and say, "Hey, that brother is a good brother, and I want everybody to look at what he's doing. Let's clap for him." And instead, we find reason to hate one another.
It's disgusting, bro. We gotta become more classist and look down on these low value people because I'm tired, man. I'm tired. This liberal stuff. We gotta be more harsh as a community. Shout out to Mr. Yu-Gi-Oh Master for the support. Traveling East, thank you, brother, for the support. Quick fact: there are multiple tribes in Ghana, so like the guest said, there will be differences in the language. If I'm correct, is that true, bro?
Yeah, it's a lot of different languages, man. You might be traveling down the road speaking one language, you get to another side of they speaking another one. I can't keep up, man. I'm not gonna lie. I find myself talking one language in one region and another language in another because I can't keep up, bro.
Okay, awesome, bro. So, brother, next question for you now is, so brother, obviously I'm an IT bro, and many brothers are aspiring IT bros are already in IT. I teach brothers every week in Python. So I got a question for you, brother, in terms of the remote working landscape for IT bros. So what does that mean? So, brother, internet connection, infrastructure, particularly internet speed, internet strength. How is it like in Ghana, brother?
I can't boast on it. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. They just had like a month ago when K Sanat was over there live streaming and the internet just went completely off in Ghana and he had to leave. It's just spotty. It's some places you could be good, some places you have problems. Like a lot of the when I was on campus, I had good reception, good network. When I was on the beach, I had good network. But Cape Coast is horrible. Volta region is horrible. Um, yeah, electricity goes out a lot. They're having a lot of problems with that right now. Um, but if you have solar or your own generators, you're good. But that's a outside investment. So they call it Dumzer because I don't know whether they're selling electricity to Burkina Faso or Togo or Cote d'Ivoire, or what the situation is, but they have to manage it by cutting the power off in Ghana. So yeah, that's something. If I was an IT guy, I would definitely make sure I had my own um electricity thing, solar, whether it be a generator, just to back up, like, cause some of that stuff is real time sensitive. You can't just not be trading or coding or you can't just drop the ball on some of that stuff. So if it's important, like your money is riding on it, I would back up my backups.
Okay, brother. I never knew this, It says here, what the fuck sorry, bro. It says here, right? Thomas Owusu Mensah is a Ghanaian man that invented fiber optics. Wow. Well, but you see, you
Yeah,
know,
man.
because that we don't control our own image, and the media, the media won't tell us this, bro. I never knew this brother. It helped. It invented fiber optics. But then again, we live in the West where the white people, or a certain group of people who I won't mention, control the media and narrative, and they never put a good image of brothers right in the media. It's always some rapper, some athlete. Why don't I see this in the news?
It's a serious problem, and that's why I got this little group. We call it the Brotherhood on Facebook. I just be dropping these type of Jews and get other brothers to drop these type of information to show brothers in a positive light. Because how can this man? I don't even know if the brother is still alive that made fiber optics, but in Ghana is when I found out about him, and it wasn't even a Ghanaian who told me about it, and I was like, this angers me, and I think every Ghanaian should at least have him in their books or something. You can't even learn about Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana. That was one of the main reasons I chose Ghana after Nigeria didn't work out, because Kwame Nkrumah's the first country to get independence and all of this. Then when you go there, nobody even speaks of him. And I
In Ghana?
realized, yes,
What?
man. Yeah, bro. It's like he's not really. They don't really mind him. I know they had the book burnings when they burnt all his books, but surely after 60 something years, y'all pick the book back up and whatever. But nah,
This is so sad, man. Flipping heck, bro. That,
they
uh,
did update the Kwame Nkrumah Museum, which I'm happy to see. I haven't been to it yet since they updated, but when I was there last, they were still working on it. So they seeing that a lot of American people are repatriating. A lot of the year of return is they people want to see the culture and the history of what happened to our people and Pan Africanism. We expect Pan Africanism when we come to Ghana, and if Ghana don't have it, we'll go to Sierra Leone or wherever. But we want that black cultural vibe when we come to the continent.
Facts, brother. So, brother, next question for you, brother, is in terms of let me see. So, brother, what's your favorite city, brother? Cities in Ghana from top to bottom. So, is it Accra first and Kumasi after, or whatever? And tell us why you've ranked to number one, number two, number three, etc., etc.
All right, I'm gonna give seven top cities. Okay, Accra one, Kumasi two, Takoradi three, uh, Techiman four, um, five would be Koforidia, six would be Bourgeois, which I don't even consider that a city. It's just a dope beach, and seven would have to be Keta, Keta. And the reason I say it like that because of course Accra is metropolitan happening, Kumasi the same way, and these are just happening places. Takoradi is like a third major city to me, and it's just a happening vibe. They got the oil rigs, offshore drilling going. They got the gold mines happening out there. It's just a lot going on in Takoradi. So those three major cities is why I picked those. Techiman is a big farming hub. You know what I'm saying? It's the one of the original Akan cities, so it's got a lot of history and everything like that in Techiman. And they grow a lot of just man. You go to that market, you just see all the fresh foods, man. So I love Techiman. Um, um, Bourgeois Beach is just the most beautiful beach I've ever seen in my life personally. It's the cleanest beach I've ever seen. They surfing on the beach. It's paradise hands down. Keta is another beach location that I love, and it's just a quiet, nice place, bro. And Koforidia, yeah, I love Koforidia. It's in the eastern region. I think it's the capital of the eastern region, and it's just a nice, happening city, bro. So if I was a passport, bro, I would just you can't hit all these places on one trip, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just too much. You can't do it all. But if I was gonna choose as a repatriate, I would do Accra, Kumasi, Cape Coast on the way to Takoradi, and that'll be it.
How do I spell Takaradi?
Takoradi.
Amazing, brother. This is amazing intel so far, brother. So, brother, let's go into the woman part, brother. So,
Hmm.
but I'm going to ask you a very important question, right? Um, it is probably the most important question in the history of mankind, brother. Okay,
Hmm.
it's a question, brother, that's so powerful it can turn water into wine and vice versa. It's a question so pure and elegant it can make mankind walk on water like Jesus Christ did in the Bible, brother. It's a question so so explosive, you know, it can split the earth into two and cause a tsunami and various tsunami waves, brother. Okay, it's a question so powerful, brother. Right, it can stop a meteorite from destroying planet Earth, brother. Okay,
All right.
this question is, brother, is that are the women in Ghana checking heavy for Black American men, Black British men, Black African men of other nationalities, right? Or any other brother that's not Ghanaian, brother. Are they checking for us, brother, please? Heavy.
Yes, very heavy, like very very heavy, and it's almost overwhelming. So I don't want brothers to really let it go to their head when they get over there, because a lot of brothers get love bombed and just they throw caution to the wind, making it rain over there. Next thing they know they outside naked looking for their passport, and you know what I mean, stuff like this. So I just want dudes to really like keep their head on their shoulders, because the beauty of these people, it's like the genetic it's like black folks there are just gorgeous. The sun hits us just right there. Everybody's got a natural glow in this. That's you're gonna get a tan. I don't care how black you are. So your skin just looks great in Ghana. So everybody's beautiful, man. I ain't saying everybody's beautiful, but there's like a general posture, elegance of the people. So they don't, even if they poor, they don't walk around like they keep themselves up. If that makes any sense.
Okay. And brother, why are they checking for brothers? What is it about Black American men that, Ghanaian women love?
It's the money first, man. Let's not make any jokes about that one. They assume that when you're speaking in English, you got money. British pounds, US dollars, they checking for that. Also, they do like the accents, man. You can tell that they just want to hear what you're gonna say next. So you can be like a little corny or whatever. You can't be extreme goofball, but you can just be talking good English and they'll hang on to every word. I noticed that too. But they're checking for us, man. They expect it. They don't know why we're staying on average. You know what I mean? They don't. They want us to take them to the UK or to America, honestly. But once you stick around, or you see someone some place, and then you see them again somewhere else, oh man, the conversations just strike up. So the sisters are checking for like husband material from the West, you know what I mean? Or they trying to come up real quick, either one, So they're not gonna play around with foreigners. They're gonna be about the paper or about let's go meet mama.
So, brother, let me ask this right. How do we spot Ghanaian chicks that are looking for a green card, looking to get a Black American man, a Black English dude, whatever, to obviously come to the West, brother? How do we spot these kind of, green card gold diggers?
Man, you gotta spend the time, man. It ain't no shortcuts, because they talk good, they're sweet, they're polite, they're accommodating. You could get played just off all the things you never got in the West. You know what I mean? Just the little subtleties, and she'll make you played, and kind of turn your bowl just right so your spoon is right there. Just something that you wouldn't expect, and it kind of like do something to you. If you ain't used to it, man, your heart will jump out your chest, and you'll find yourself looking sick, man.
Okay.
So I would say brothers need to, they do a lot of online scams too with these love situations. I would take, you know, uh, any sister that you meet in Ghana around the sisters from your respective country to see how they react to that, because you might hit it off with a Ghanaian sister and then be talking to a British sister, and you know how you have cultural similarities. She might get jealous of that, or try to sabotage and just show true colors in those type of environments. So it's best to get them outside of the village where they speak their language in to see how she acting. If she's from Accra, take her to Kumasi. If she's from Takoradi, take her to Volta region. See how she act in different areas before you bring her to the states. I don't recommend anybody bringing Ghanaian woman to their country of origin, because it's just the corruption is too high, and all the media is gonna get a hold to him. She might see another guy that want to whisk her off. Man, it's just not safe.
Okay. So, brother, let me ask this right. So, where are the best places for us to meet women in Ghana? Is it a museum? Is it, the park? What's the best places to meet women, brother, in your opinion?
I had good success at festivals, at weddings, at funerals, um, at the club. You know what I'm saying? As long as the music isn't too loud, you can strike up a conversation. Hotels, I always like to talk to the working women in hotels and restaurants, servers. They always show love. Back when I had my locks, I would get my locks done, so I talked to the beauticians. um I would try to get I would kind of mess up my clothes to go take them to seamstress to try to talk to the seamstress if I like one. um that's the best thing to do, man. Get a working girl who can't just blow you off because she's at work, and just talk it up with her, bro. They're not gonna give you a hard time.
Okay. Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, bro, we have around 22 minutes left. Let's power through and we'll wrap up at 2 hours, bro.
You
So,
were?
brother, let me ask this right. So, is feminism a problem amongst Ghanaian chicks, brother?
I think it's growing. It ain't as bad as in the West, but it's definitely, you see your women's empowerment things around. But I wouldn't consider it a problem compared to the West.
Okay, but about women empowerment, but do you believe that Ghanaian women need women empowerment in 2024? Well, what does that even mean, bro? Do you think do you think they need it? Or is it some sort of Western scam, to pervert and destroy Ghanaian society to make it like, godless and evil like the West? Break it down, bro.
I really think that's what they're trying to do. But as outsider looking in, we've seen where this kind of road ends. But they don't, man. It's like going back in time where it's like all the single mothers are living in poverty, and they need some kind of assistance, or women needing to do the deletions or whatever, so they can't get the medical attention aid. So it's like you see the real problem that they trying to adjust for, but you know the end result on the back end with the agenda. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Mm,
So it's like you want to tell them, hey, this money that's coming with these student subsidies, or this you know they don't really have a welfare system, but you see these philanthropist types trying to offer these women in these rural communities something that their husbands simply can't afford. And I really feel like a lot of the men are seeing it. They don't know what's happening, but they know that these entities are offering their wives and their daughters something they can't offer. And I
mm.
think it's taking a toll on the morale of the brothers. You know what I mean? So I know the agenda, but I don't know what to do about it.
But
until
would you say Ghanaian men are being attacked by their gender? So obviously, but in America, how the powers that be uplifted Black American women over Black American men, gave them all these benefits. I remember a couple of years ago, J.P. Morgan gave a Black woman business grants, and I'm thinking, what about Black men? Why is it only going to Black American women? So, but is that happening in Ghana? Because I saw last year, brother, how Kamala Harris was in Ghana, and then one of her bills was to give some money to Black Ghanaian women. And I'm thinking, what about Black Ghanaian men? Brother, that's what they do, bruv.
that's
Right?
exactly
They
what.
they want to give all these Black women all these opportunities and money, disenfranchise Black men, over empower Black American women, and make them the head of the household, brother, like they did in the UK and America. Is that happening in Ghana, brother?
It's happening, man. It's 1970 in America when that stuff is riling up. Like you'll see the energy with the women. Like I seen a bank that offered loans for the market women. You know, most of the sellers in the market are women, so they could go and get loans at these banks that the men can't. So it's just different little stuff like that. I could see it happening. I seen a lot of conferences that's offering training programs for women and women with children. I was like, you showing preferential treatment to women who are not chaste and not giving birth outside of wedlock. So I'm starting to see these type. There's a large single motherhood population and a lot of dudes raising children that's not biologically theirs. So that's happening over there too, man. A lot of stepfatherisms going on. A lot of men who know their wives are getting subsidized by men outside of the marriage. You know what I mean? We see it, man. It's not good. But online and in the cultural, it's all you see is these lavish Ghanaian weddings with the kente and the dancing, and you don't really see the other side of the coin where most litigation in Ghana is land and divorce. So the courts is covered up with land disputes and divorce disputes over like custody and it's a problem there just like it's a problem here. Only thing is the legal system and the justice system hadn't caught up. But it's like how it was in the 70s. They're trying to bring in programs to separate the man and the woman.
Wow. And this is why every day I pray for the downfall of the West, man. Culturally, I pray for the cultural downfall of the West. Um, the West is the devil's playground, and I mean that, brothers. You see how they pervert and poison other nations. How about you keep Western BS in the West only? Stop trying to change the world to be like America, UK, and all these Western countries. You know, I'm sick of it, bruv.
Yeah, it's bad. And you seen the alphabet LGBT community over in Ghana is trying to stop them from passing that anti-gay law. But I don't think the country is ready for you know pride parades and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It will cause bloodshed and they're very religious people. Um, there's like half of the country is Muslim, half of the people is Christian. So they just don't need any uh any of that over there. So the West is talking about America specifically is talking about bringing sanctions on the country is like the last thing they need right now. But at the same time, they can't pass the law. They can't veto that law because the people won't. Their culture and homosexuality is not their culture. So it's a problem.
Shake my head, man. And this is why it's very important to have your own money system and not rely on others to fund you, not rely on any country to give you money. Build up your economy, man. The Chinese did it, the Singaporeans did it. Why can't Ghana do it? Just don't get it, bruv. You run the country, do something to make sure you just build up your country and your economy. And this is why we get no respect as black people. Anyways, so next question for you, brother. Okay, is um brother, are Ghanaian women good looking, brother, facially?
I think so, man. You have your range, man. They don't really do a lot of braces or, So if she's naturally beautiful, then that's what you got. They're not gonna do any enhancements much. They got the weaves and stuff that they do, but they're very pretty facially. They got the nice bone structure that I like. You know what I mean? The I don't know, the oriental looking eyes with the high cheekbones. I like that. You see that a lot over there. You got you got redheads over there, which I didn't expect to see a lot of, but you got those. I like redheads, bro.
Is
I
it
like freckles.
natural hair or dyed hair?
Yeah. Oh no, natural redheads. The
That's
eyelashes,
impossible,
the
brother.
eyebrow.
Brother, a
Yeah.
black person having natural red hair, brother. A black person having natural red hair, bro. Are you sure? That's insane, bruv. What the fuck? My hair was red as a baby. When did black people start having red hair, bruv? My hair was red when I was a baby, bro. Are you sure, bro? You sure, bro? Black people don't got red hair, bro. We black. Only black people only have black hair. We black. What do you mean black people got ginger and red hair? Come on, brothers, man. We black. We black, bro. We black. What do you mean we only got brothers got some red hair, and ginger hair? We black. It's all black everything, cuz. It's all black everything, cuz. What you mean, bro? We black. We black. Flipping heck, bro. We black. Ginger. Black people ain't got brown hair. Black people ain't got red hair. We ain't got blonde hair. We got black hair. We black, man. We black. We black, bro. It's all black everything, bruv. What you mean, fam? What you mean, bruv? That is a first for me, man. That's a first. Unless you got white blood in you, but me, I'm 100% black, bro, and I ain't got no red hair, bruv. I don't know any of my brothers or sisters that in my community got black, red hair, ginger. You know, I don't know what you mean about that, brothers. Let me bring in Tyree, man. Tyree, you mentioned red hair, bro. Black person having red hair.
Yeah,
Natural?
yeah, yeah, natural.
How is that possible, bro? Are they dark skin or light skin?
Light skin for sure. Light skin
Okay,
for sure.
that makes sense, brother. So they're mixed race, brother, isn't it? They would be half black, half white.
No, I don't think they're half black, half white though, bro. It's like maybe some albinoism in there or something.
Okay,
Because black father, black mother, but the child comes out with red hair somehow.
okay, interesting, brother. So, brother, what about body type? What are they packing body wise, Ghanaian chicks on average? You got that oversized butts, right?
Yeah, you got the big butts, and a lot of them are short, and I like the little short, thick type. I like that.
Are they too thick or are they slim thick, gym thick, or are they like thick thick?
Hey, you got your super thick ones, man, but I like the slim thick, But man, any kind of thick that you like, Ghana women got it, And it's factory of booty. They come off the lot with booty. Now it's the levels of booty they gonna have. Um, but whatever you want, you can find your match over there.
Okay, awesome, brother. So, brother, next question for you, brother, is now in terms of let me see here. So, Are there any other races of women there, brother, in Ghana that check for brothers that live there that you noticed?
Uh, nah, I didn't really see any. Man, but I wasn't checking, man. I'm not gonna lie. I seen people, but I couldn't tell if they was living there or visiting, or you would hear conversation of somebody talking in like German or Russian, and you don't know why they're in a African chop bar eating fufu, but they're talking this weird language. But it's like that, So I don't know if people are living there or if they was just visiting, doing business, bro.
Okay, okay, brother. Did you see them with black men?
Yeah, it's a lot of black men there. It's a lot of black men from other African countries there. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't know unless you started a conversation. But man, we met Kenyans, we met people from Morocco, people from Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire and Gambia, and just people from all over the continent living in Ghana.
So, brother, were the non-black women there in Ghana dating black men?
Most definitely. And you saw a lot of that on the beaches. They don't really have a PDA culture, but you see a black person and a white person jump out of the car, you can only assume they're together. You know what I mean? Um, and that's I'm not big on like hating on interracial relationships, but I read that book, The Daughters of the Trade, and just reading that how like the enslavers would come in and marry into the continent right off the rip. It's just it's just a lot of shadiness that go on with that type of thing. You see the old people with the young, beautiful people. It's just like obvious, sex tourism type vibes going on.
Okay, okay, brother. So, brother, next question for you, brother, is are Ghanaian women wifey? If so, what makes them wifey, brother?
Um, like I say, I think it depends on the money you're willing to spend on one. It's not really pay to play, but they kind of acquiesce for the richer guys. Now they are trained to be culturally wifey, but I feel like there's a rebellion against their training right now going on. So I couldn't say as a collective they are wifeys, but you can get one to marry. That's what I would say. Because to say they're wifeys mean that they're culturally on that vibe type of time right now. I think you find more of that in Thailand or some of these Southeast Asian countries. But these Ghana women are working women.
Oh wow, this doesn't sound too promising, brother. You find a wifey in Ghana. Brother, are they submissive and feminine Ghanaian chicks on average or no?
Feminine, yes. Submissive, no. Very, very girly, very womanly, very graceful and poised in that je ne sais quoi, whatever type of vibe. Very sultry, and they move with this real nice swagger about them. So I like that. But as far as being submissive, I didn't really see it, man. They wasn't uncouth and combative like sisters, but if you had your own agenda and your own time going on, they wouldn't just drop what they had going on for you. That's not what I was experiencing. If she got plans, she got plans.
Oh, so brother, do Ghanaian women have a lot of guy friends?
Yeah, they're very social. It's not, and I don't think they're guy friends. It's maybe even cousins or like, but you wouldn't know as a passport bro living there, and they're very social. Like you could go to a wedding or something, and the women are mixed in with the men, kind of culturally talking and giggling and whatever. But in America, some we see that as flirting off the rip. But in Ghana, maybe that's they uncle or cousin or just a friend or something. I don't know. But it's just like that, bro.
Um, oh man, brother, brother, it appears to me the Matrix has its tentacles in Ghanaian women, brother. Flipping heck, bro. I don't like what I'm hearing, brother. I really don't. So, brother, tell me five things, right, you don't like about Ghanaian chicks.
Five things I don't like about Ghanaian chicks. I don't like the weaves and the bleaching. Those are the two first cut turn offs off the rip. The second thing is the money out front. Like, don't make me think you want my money off the rip. Make me think you actually like me first, then come after my money. But I don't like that upfront type of vibes. And you'll get that if you just, you know what I'm saying, you see a super nice looking woman, she's jazzed all up. That's what you're gonna get. Um th- uh I don't know if I'm on three or four or five, but I also don't like the single mothers on the dating market are still like having that high expectations, you know. But I guess that's just a part of the game. But those are the most things I don't like. But the things I do like is they treat you how they meet you. They're gonna be respectful, and what even if they turn you down, they're not gonna embarrass you. You know what I mean? It's just like they don't want to be bothered. They're going on. They might not even say nothing, but it's not embarrassing, and I like
Okay,
that
brother.
about.
So, brother, how do we spot three or fours in Ghana, brother? The woman. How do we spot that?
Oh man, they only really be out at night. You're not gonna see any 304s daytime, and only in certain areas. It's not. It's a real quiet thing that they, you know, everybody knows it goes on. They call them a shawo. Um, so that's all you have to say there, and they'll point. Somebody will point you in the right direction. But it's not something that's out front. You don't see people walking up and down the street much. Nothing like that. You have to know somebody to know somebody.
Okay. And brother, is there a certain look they have? Are they just a certain way, mini skirt, showing the stomach, wearing bra crop tops?
No, but you can look for tattoos maybe. The short dresses are everywhere just because it's hot, man. You might be at a bar and you know whatever and see that, but they're not working. They dress skimpy because it's just so hot there, and yeah, you can't look like that. Look, you know, if you go to a nightclub, you might ask a bouncer or bartender about some 304s, and they can point one out to you. The heels though, heels. If she's wearing heels, she's probably a 304.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah,
Heels?
yeah. Because the ground is not designed for heels. Like it's hazardous. You might step in a rocky gutter or something, twist your ankle. It's a career-ending injury off the rip.
Interesting, brother. Interesting. So, so brother, on average, how do Ghanaian women dress? Normal Ghanaian chicks. So, what are they wearing?
They really wearing like hand-me-down American styles, man. You see a lot of leggings, and that's a real tempting thing. You know, the yoga pants with them booties is serious. But you see a lot of dresses and pencil dresses, the form-fitting dresses and cat suits and stuff at night. So that's something. But you see a lot of the African style dressing when they in the daytime, want to look fly. You see the African prints, but at nighttime you see like real jazzy type stuff going on. Like Accra feels like Atlanta. Kumasi kind of feels like Atlanta, Detroit type vibes. Just chocolate city energy. When I'm out. So they dress nice. I ain't gonna I ain't can't take that from them.
Okay. Okay, brother. Brother, so brother, dating apps. Is that a common thing there? Did you use that at all, brother, in Ghana?
I didn't use it, but I know people that do and have. Um, I don't use the dating sites, man. I guess I feel like that's so impersonal and it's so kind of. I like day game and the real approach game and see if I still got it type vibes.
Okay, brother.
So
So brother, so you cold approach, brother. So how do you cold approach women there in Ghana? What's your game? And is it very receptive when you call approach chicks? Break it down for us, bro.
Yeah, I kind of try to go for the the low hanging fruits or just isolated incidents. Kind of like I don't approach the group of women or nothing like that. I always go for the subtle introduction of myself to get her name and kind of vibes like that. Yeah, ask her name and she don't really respond, then I just keep pushing, you know what I mean? Or she give me her name reluctantly, I just keep pushing me personally because there's so many there. Like I- as soon as I think I've seen like the most beautiful woman, somebody else walks past and I just forget about her. And so that's how it is for me in Ghana. Like I can't get bored.
Okay. Okay, brother. Okay. So, brother, let me ask, so, but in regards to the woman, right? Um, have you ever been cold approached by Ghanaian chicks before?
Yeah, it's not like they approached us, but they had come around because they knew we was foreign, and I feel like they just want to be close to us. It's not so much they approached us, but they'll sometimes they'll send their friend to you. It's like, oh, my friend thinks you're cute, kind of deal. It's and it's cool. Or they'll come up to be like, "Oh, buy me a drink," and they know you have some money or something. It's like the people can smell you're not from there, or they can smell you have money, or they can smell something that's different about you, and that's what's cool being a passport bro, I guess.
So, brother, when you call approach Ghanaian chicks, brother, what do you say? Do you be like, hey, I saw you from across the street. I like how you dress. Tell me more about yourself, and then get a number. But what do you actually say to them? Because I think call approach is a very skillful art. Like, obviously, she looks good, right? But you can't rely too much on looks because you want to pair to actually like her for who she is and not how she looks, right? So, brother, what would you say to a Ghanaian chick when you call approach her?
I say what's your name or how you doing, or try to say it in tree at the same or wahonta saying is how you doing, or at the same as what's up, kind of like if you say it like that, they'll think you're Ghanaian and want whatever. But then when you come out with English, they'll be so shocked. And English is like class, high scale type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or if you be like, hey, let's go. I've really done this. I've asked a chick, hey, you hungry? Let's go to KFC, and she came with me to KFC simply
On
because
mm.
that's something cool to them. And you're speaking English, they never, really kicked it with an English speaking person. They learn it in school, but it's now they get their chance to use it in real life. You know what I mean?
So, brother, on that same day and time, you called approached her. Hey, what's your name? You look cool. Can I take you to KFC? And that was it.
That was it. She came to me at KFC, and it's almost like they want to hang out too. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't act as if, oh, I'm too good for KFC or whatever like that. They're happy that you said something. I noticed a lot of the beautiful women in Ghana didn't really know how beautiful they was, and that's the biggest thing. Like every sister I meet in America, she knows exactly. They talk about knowing your worth. They know their worth here for sure. But over there, I don't think they did so much. So you'd be like blown away about her beauty, but she hadn't had a God tell her how beautiful she was in 2 years or something. So it's
Okay.
just you made her day.
So, brother, aside from that situation where you took her to KFC, on a normal call approach, what are you saying to her to get a number? Hey, you look nice. But what goes on from there? But what's your actual game, brother, when you speak to her when you call approach to lock the number down?
Um, I really, if I had business cards, so I give them my number, and that if they call, they would help out too. But if I wanted their number, I just pull out my phone. It's good to have your foreign phone. If you got an updated iPhone, they like that type stuff. You just can hand them to your phone to tell them put your number in. They like. I noticed that in Ghana, just acting as if you're already the man they don't really ask questions. Like you can't front in America that we have a no fronting, no flogging, no fakery type of culture here. You know, keep it real and all of that. But in Ghana, it wasn't really like that. You know, you could wear mismatched clothes, so you could just say whatever you come up with in your mind. Like I almost felt like a kid again with my cold approaches. Like, you know, fifth grade. What that's girl that's pretty. Let's just go. Just forget it. What can I say to her? The first thing that comes to my mind, I say it. Yeah, oh, I like your eyes or your hair is pretty. It works in Ghana.
Amazing, amazing, brother. So, brother, we're past the 2 hour mark, brother, and I want to say, brother, thank you very much, brother, for the great breakdown. Am I missing anything important about Ghana, about the woman? Should brothers travel alone there, brother, or in a group? Or what's your thought about that, brother?
Uh, just know that I met that girl and took her to KFC, and I've known her for 5 years now, and so and it takes that long to actually meet a girl and really know her. Don't rush into love. I would tell any brothers going there to think like that and have fun and just be free. The women are nice and sweet and they're not they ain't got no hang up. So I wouldn't go in there with the mindset of these feminists and all of that. Drop that off in America or UK or wherever you're leaving and go there with a fresh slate on how these women are.
But hold on there, brother. So, brother, in regards to body count, right? You know, does the average Ghanaian chick have a high body count or low body count, or can we find a virgin there in Ghana? Bro, what's the body count looking like on average, brother?
I mean, I'm sure there are virgins there, but they'll be hard to find, bro. They'll be really hard to find. They're not really hung up on sex. You might not even, they won't even say vagina. I couldn't get them to say anything vulgar about sex,
Box,
but they
box.
box, yeah. But they do it. Don't get it twisted. But it's not really like nobody's hung up on it or, you know, body counts fluctuate, with these types of women. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That you might can meet a chick who used to be that and she's in church now and I don't know.
Okay, but are they religious Ghanaian chicks, the one that you come across, or they don't take it seriously?
Oh, super religious, man. I had women who told me that they couldn't date me because I didn't go to church. I had sisters say she couldn't date me because I wasn't Muslim or I didn't go to mosque or I didn't pray. I've had that, they're super religious, but it's almost like they still gonna do what they like to do. If you know, I don't really think it's like, oh, you sin, you're going to hell. It's like, no, we're going to church, we're going to the mosque. So it's a culture. We're culturally religious, but we live our lives too. So
Awesome.
it is what it is.
But last question from me: should brothers travel alone or in a group to Ghana? Tell us why, if based on
I
what you choose.
I honestly traveled as a group my first time, and ever since then I've always had my twin brothers. So I've never been alone in Ghana. So me personally, I would go with a group. Um, Me and my bro got different places now. We separate, live in different spots now. But initially, go as a group and do it like a bros, stand on business type of thing. Like I don't know, it felt like spring break as a grown as adults. That's how Ghana felt on our first trip. So women do it all the time with girls trips and stuff like that. We did it our that first time 2017, and it was like better than girls trip could ever be. They can't even make a movie to explain what we was experiencing over here. So brothers need to really go to the continent with that type of thing in mind and see what African black dudes can. The possibilities are endless. So go see it for yourself.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So thank you, brother, for
Yeah,
your
man.
time, brother. Before I let you go, brother, do you have any closing statements?
Nah, man. I appreciate what you're doing, and I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate Passport Bros becoming a global movement, and y'all keep it up, man.
Yo, thank you, Mr. Tyree, brother. Brother, we'll be in touch, brother. Have a great week ahead, brother. Okay.
All right, thanks, bro. You too. All right,
Thank you for the
shalom.
breakdown. So thank you, brother. Amazing, man. That's Tyree over there. Shout out to Tyree for the breakdown, brothers. So, brothers, great stream, great stream. Again, if you want to come on the channel for an interview, please send me a DM on Instagram. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm not too keen about Ghanaian chicks from what I've heard so far. Probably got to do more streams about them. But it's just sad how there's a low quality of woman, right, all around the world. Obviously, quality of Western woman is very low, but it's very hard to date as a educated black man. You know, it is extremely hard to date as an educated black man. A brother like me that's intellectual, that isn't a pookie, that isn't a rare, that's clean cut. It's very hard, bruv. All we're asking for is women that are virgins, okay, that are religious, that want a family, and that's hard nowadays in our motherland, in Africa, in Ghana. I mean, we as educated black men, we go through so much, man. We go through a lot, you know. In the West, right, Asian women, right, don't like us. They hate us. They're scared of us. They don't check for us, And in my opinion, I think Asian women are the best women in the West. East Asian women are the best women you can date in the West. White chicks been ran through, black chicks been ran through, Asian chicks here and there. But the other day where I was in the bus stop, right, and I walked near an Asian woman, she ran away from me. She ran away from me, bruv. You know, it's crazy. So we got feminism in the West. We got women in the West that hate educated black men, right? And then we go abroad and the Western culture is poisoning our black queens, our foreign black queens. I don't know what's going on, bruv. I don't know what's going on, bruv. Flipping heck, man. Like you like you've already ruined Western women for educated black men. Now you want to ruin our black queens in Ghana for educated black men? The Asian chicks in the West don't check for us, man. It's like every time our options become less and less because of Western culture. But the white man, he live in large, the white man. He live in big. He's doing well in the West, in South America, in Asia, in Africa, in South America. And he can be an average looking white guy, scrawny looking, look like an absolute bum. And he's got a dime foreign chick. Wow, 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 wow. Brothers like us, right? Educated brothers, it's tough because they don't expect us to be educated. We're aliens to women. Nobody knows what educated black men go through, man. Black men who don't fit that Pookie and Ray Ray stereotype. Nobody. They never care for us. They never checked up on us. They never loved us, brothers. They never cared for educated brothers, man. Brothers who did everything right, studied, were in the library. I did that, bro. Oh, man. Whew. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. All right, man. So, brothers, have a great weekend ahead. Have a great week ahead. And I'll see you, brothers, for another classic video this coming week, whatever. Take it easy, brothers.